I recorded the review for these things in the beginning of October. It is now the beginning of April and they are still here, unlaced. And honestly, I kind of want to just pretend the whole thing never happened, because it's been so long and I just don't want to lace them. I'm really lazy like that. But then I'd never get to wear them and that'd be a shame now, wouldn't it? What's going on, people? So, this right here, picked up another pair of Jordan 1s. It's not often I get these, but I try to like at least get ones that I like, you know what I'm saying? So looking over at the side, right, you can see what all's going on here, and looking at the visual, you obviously, if you know me, you know why I bought into these or whatever. I'm an Iowa guy, right? I like the whole black the yellow thing. This has some of that going on and whatnot. It's got a little bit of white in here too. That's fine, yeah. It doesn't break things up too badly or whatever. And sometimes it's good to kind of have something else going on. Sure, yeah. But I saw these and thought this could be okay. And now that I have them, I'm gonna sit here talk about them a little bit. And when I say a little bit, I mean a little bit, because normally, right, I do this whole long, drawn out thing talking about, oh, let's see what's on the toe box, oh, let's see what's on the inside. We're not doing all that stuff, right? I usually only skip that if the last video of that particular model did all that stuff. In this case, for one, it didn't, so it's definitely not the case here. But these Jordan 1s, there's not a lot to really talk about. Like, you get it, right? Like, if anything, maybe the quality matters to some people. But once the people that are looking at Jordan 1s have seen the pictures and stuff, they know what they're getting into. They don't need me to explain it to them and walk them through all these unnecessary details. So I'm not doing that, right? Now, past all that good stuff, right? We're just gonna go ahead, jump on into things so I can move on with my day and you can move on with your day, right? So, this again, for the people that don't know, is the Air Jordan 1 in the taxi, or also I believe yellow toe colorway. Let's start this thing with the bottom, huh? Down there, what you're looking at is basically the same type of outsole you often see. Very plain, right? Because that's how Jordan 1s seem to be. But I do like the yellow. So there is that. They've got that going. Moving along up here, midsole style and whatnot, right? So what you're seeing here is very much the same as what I just showed you, like, 7 or 8 minutes ago? And so it's just white this time around. Nothing too fancy about it, but again, sometimes it works to not be fancy, that is. Now, getting you those other two pictures and whatnot so you can kind of see these things from just slightly different views and whatnot, right? They're, again, largely unnecessary because, like, the pictures that I show you during, like, the whole personal opinion portion or whatever will kind of show you all that stuff all over again, but it pads out the video a little bit, right? So there is that piece of it. Anyway, so I don't think there's really anything to say about these past that. There's nothing like special about them, you know what I'm saying? There's a yellow insole in case you're curious, so I'll show you that. Well, actually, no, you would have seen that from the picture possibly. I don't know, maybe you would have. We're moving on anyway. We're going to talk about the whole personal thoughts thing that I kind of alluded to, so you can kind of have an idea how I feel about these things. I said before, in whatever the last Jordan 1 review was, that if I bought another pair of them, it was going to be a colorway that I truly wanted. And, well, the next colorway that I truly wanted, it was not these, it was the Pollens, and somehow I'm the only person on the planet Earth that wanted the Pollens and somehow did not get them. Weird, right? Because I usually get, like, pretty much everything I want. Either way, I saw these and I was like, well, these are a pretty nice consolation prize. I still like the colors and all that good stuff, right? So that's cool. So I did kind of debate it back and forth. I'm like, I'm still not going to wear them a lot. But I bought into it anyway because I thought, you know what? Let's go ahead and do this. Who knows the next time I'll see one of these that I actually like. And then now getting them in hand and stuff, yeah, like I'm definitely cool with like the money I spent on them. I know a lot of people were talking about and said, you gotta get them because the quality is all crazy good and stuff. And yeah, it is nice, sure, but like I'm not buying anything for the quality. Like the look matters more to me. Quality is just a bonus. And in this case, to be completely honest with you, the way it's more like flat around like the black parts of the toe box, I think I might just prefer that over this whole overly tumbled look in some of these other areas. Maybe that's just me. I don't know how anybody else feels out there, but I think that's my stance on that. But taking these all in up close and whatnot, yeah, definitely very, very cool with these. So no complaints, right? None whatsoever. I would almost say like, oh, it'd be nice if they had other laces, but if they came with like, actually, you know what? I'm gonna take that back. I was gonna say if they had some like goldish colored laces to go in there, the yellow sort of color, that could be kind of cool. But nah, I feel like that'd be too much. I'm gonna say that the black is just fine. But yeah, this is the best Jordan 1 I've bought in like a while. That doesn't mean a lot though, because obviously I've only bought like 5 in like the last several years or something, I think. But hey, it is what it is. They rank where they rank, and they rank pretty highly, so the money was well spent. Now, past all that stuff, I don't think there's much else to really lay into here because again, Jordan 1 is super easy. So we're gonna jump into like the size and the comfort and whatnot. And obviously I haven't worn these and stuff, but I've worn some before, so I have some ideas of how to feel about them. If anything, I'll throw some annotations in there, whatever, during the on-feet video. Probably not, because I always forget. Jordan 1 sizing, to me, is a solid true to size fit in the case of most people. I do feel like they are just a little bit roomy, and I get it. You know, the whole basketball shoe thing, it tends to just feel that way for a lot of people. And since I am super into like the more running shoe style things and such, I usually just kind of go with like dropping down a half or whatever, just to kind of give me like a more snug fit that I'm used to. But your average person, true to size is probably gonna be fine. So if you've ever had your foot measured with one of those little metal things or whatever, buy that size, you know? Or just buy the size that you bought in your last pair of shoes and just hope for the best, right? Now, past that, as far as like the comfort and walking around in these and stuff, now the comfort, it is just not there. It isn't. Some people, like DB Kicks had mentioned, like he buys insoles for his shoes, like real ones that actually give you comfort and stuff, right? And yeah, I'm sure that helps a lot. I'm not spending any extra money. I'm just going to take it for what it is and just wear it in short doses, because to me, that's how I get through with these. I'll wear them. I'm not walking around all day in them. I'm not wearing to work where I like sit a lot, right? So then it's not so terrible. But if I was like going to Busch Gardens or something, you better believe I'm not wearing one of these things. Definitely not doing that to myself, right? So anyways, moving on past that though, like the materials on the upper and stuff, I'm sure like you can kind of tell it's a lot of leather, not the most breathable sort of thing either, right? So that might play a factor into how you want to wear these or when you want to wear these, where you want to wear these. Something to consider, right? But like I always say, when it comes to these here Jordan 1s, a lot of people don't care about any of that other stuff I said. They just like them because they look cool. These do look cool, so you'll at least have that going for yourself. Wherever you're walking around, people go, oh, look at those fancy shoes, perhaps. Let me know. Let me know what you guys think, you know what I'm saying? But either way, I think that's enough out of me as far as like talking about the sizing, the comfort and whatnot. I feel like I got my point across because really there's, again, like this whole overall theme to this shoe, it's like not a lot to say, right? Can't really talk them up because there's nothing to talk up as far as that comfort thing went, but they are a cool visual, right? That kind of sums everything up. So I'd say that's it, right? And they came in this cool box. Check that out, right? The last pair came in a cool box too. So they do have that going for them. Now we're good. From me to you, have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are. I have other reviews that I have to get around to. I've been doing a lot of unboxing if you follow me on the Instagram and whatnot. Looking forward to kind of doing this one because this is something new. So these Young Bucks Deodoras, right? Never had a pair of Deodoras before. And I like wrestling, so looking forward to doing this one. But yeah, that's it for me. I'll be back with other stuff, you know. Until then, I also have a huge backlog that you can watch, right? So there's that. Later, people.